Yes.
Okay. Hi guys, this is Mark from Kharischangeworks, and me and Laura have come together with a couple of questions regarding the Q&A. Sadly, no one has given any suggestions on what they would like to hear, so we have formulated about 14 questions for you, and hopefully that will kind of scratch you where you itch. And if there's any other things that you would like to know about us, post this question, this little video, then add it in the comments box below. Or if you want to use other platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, thank goodness I don't use that, then please post them. Laura will pick them up,
Chicken.
absolutely, and we will then answer those for you. So this might be one of two or three or many more. Who knows? It depends on you guys. Okay, so Laura, do you want to say hello?
Hi, everybody. Yes, I'll be the one finding the questions because Mark is a chicken. So there we go.
Yeah.
But yes, we are here and let's see how far we get. And if you guys have any questions, like you said, send it through and we'll see what we do.
Cool. Right, so guys, we're going to quickly run through these questions and we will answer them for you and then see what happens. And then here we go. Number one, what is your name and where do you live?
Okay, my name is Laura and I live in South Africa in a little town called Benoni, who has some good people from here. Princess Charlene of Monaco and Charlize Theron, or Theron as she's known overseas, both come from Benoni.
Very good. Okay. Currently, I live in Stoke-on-Trent in the United Kingdom, which is also known as the Potteries, where people make, eatware, crockery, Wedgwood, and that kind of stuff. It comes from where I live. However, I come from Johannesburg, a little place called Kempton Park. That's where I grew up, where the airport is. And that's where me and Laura met
Many moons
massive
ago.
amount of
Enough
years
said.
ago. It is so. It is so. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Laura, what hobbies do you have?
Okay, I do scrapbooking and I read. I love reading. Not so much fiction, but non-fiction. I like finding out about, especially spiritual stuff that's different. Not that many people do that, but numbers and colors and dreams and all sorts of things like that. So I'm into that. I do calligraphy and I do dabble in a bit of painting every now and then.
Okay.
Hmm?
For me, hobbies, I don't really have many. Back in the day, I would have done a bit of walking and stuff like that, but that's for in a bit. Hobbies now is very muchly shooting some catapult or ketty, as if you are in South Africa, that is what it would mean. Just to de-stress. Everything else, nah, doesn't resonate with me.
But you are working on it.
I am. I'm working on reading.
Mm-hmm.
From an educational point of view. Uh, it's a bit of a bind at the minute, but it's not as much as a chore as it used to be. But I am spending a little bit of time every day reading a little bit, and I mean a little bit, but it's getting there. Cool.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you for that. What sports do you play or did you play?
Okay, currently, right, I can't even say currently. Having hurt my foot a couple of weeks, 10 days ago, I usually walk when I get the chance to. As a kid, I did long distance running, I did hockey, I did netball. I did a lot of ballet until my knees gave in, so had to stop that. But yeah, I've always been doing some kind of sport. So yeah.
Okay. When I
Mm-hmm.
was a a youngster, I used to do athletics, I used to play a bit of tennis, used to play a little bit of cricket, volleyball, all sorts, martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm a little bit more rounded, shall we call, I play a bit of snooker as and when I can. So that
Mm-hmm.
would be my sporty kind of endeavors nowadays. I like going to the gym, but unfortunately, due to some physical ailments that hinder me, I can't go to the gym. Albeit that I'm hoping that after my numerous operation on one of my knees, that I will be fit to get back into the gym because
Mm-hmm.
it's a nice place to be. Okie dokie.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite color and why?
Purple. I love purple. Um, I like lilacs and things like that, but also dark purples. It's got such a wide range, and with painting and that, you can do so much with it. And it's because it's just a royal color. I think it's amazing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Purple is my favorite color too. As far as I'm concerned, purple is the richest color in the world. It's just full of body and full of life. And the fact that it also talks about royalty and spirituality, that's the thing. But purple, without a shadow of a doubt, is the
Mm-hmm.
one to go for.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. What is your favorite night in?
That would be at home, with family or friends around me, and watching TV or movies or popcorn, and even maybe playing some games. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, defo. For me, it would be a little bit of light music, smiley candles, and it doesn't really matter as long as the kids are around, family and friends. Uh, that would be the favorite night out. Favorite night in. It's got to be with the people who mean the most to me, and that would be the kids
Absolutely.
and
Yes.
family. Friends come in also, but they're a little bit down the hierarchy, but definitely the kids.
I think as a parent, your kids come first anyway. We biased that way.
Yeah, kids come first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and eighth, ninth, and 10th. And then there's a big
Absolutely.
gap, and then comes family in terms of other folk, for sure.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
what is your favorite movie of all time, or maybe a couple of favorites?
Yes. That is one of my other passions is movies. My top two would series. I don't have a top two really. The series would be Lord of the Rings because of the way it was written by Tolkien and just the way it was made and the meanings and things behind it. And then also the original Star Wars. I think they were amazing, and they set a standard that not many other movies have managed to emulate, actually. So yeah.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings, Harry
I know
Potter,
you have no idea.
Star Wars, completely out of this world for me. But in any case, for me, my favoritist of all time is Dances with Wolves. Second to that would be Shawshank Redemption. And number three would be Salt. Um, why would Dances with Wolves be number one? It's all about if you make efforts, you can achieve the miraculous. Where this war between the Americans and the natives, all about buffalo, uh, yeah, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So there you go. That's those are mine.
Okay.
Cool. What is your favorite music?
Now we're giving our age away. Um, Automatically, I'd have to say 70s and 80s because that's when they knew how to make music. But today there's quite a lot of, as my kids say, pop music. I don't have a favorite artist or band, but there would be the odd song that I really think is cool or good or nice, So that's what I would do.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. 70s and 80s. You could hear the lyrics, and the lyrics told the story. Nowadays, you can't hear what they're saying, and that what you do hear doesn't mean anything. It's just empty. Um,
Yep.
so that would be mine. 80s for sure, and also gentle, nice, relaxing instrumentals. I do like
Yep.
those. They're really good.
Absolutely.
Yep. Halfway through, what is your favorite place in the world?
I've got two places. The first one would be Stillby because it's just absolutely beautiful. The closest town or city would be George, which is close to Knysna, the Garden Route of South Africa, absolutely beautiful. And then Cape Town. I did spend a couple of years in the Cape Town area as a child, so Cape Town. Hi guys, sorry about that. We had to pause the video for a second. So yes, my two favorite places, Stillby and Cape Town. Absolutely beautiful. The scenery is amazing, and I don't think there's a place anywhere in the world that could match them.
Okay. For me, being born in South Africa, I've got a lot of fond memories of the Drakensberg, which is on the east coast. Lots of fun times over there. Since coming to England, definitely Wales is absolutely amazingly beautiful. Scotland is quite nice from where I've been. And when I went over to Europe, Holland is quite nice, and Switzerland is amazing. Been to a few other places, but for the places that I visited, definitely. In this little bit here, Laura, I'll just chuck a free one in here. If you were to
Okay.
choose a place where you would like to visit where you've never been, where would that
Okay,
be and why? Sorry about
that's
that.
biased. That's biased because I've never been out of South Africa. So
I
really,
know, I know,
no.
I know.
But number one out of a whole list would definitely be Israel. I just love the people. I love the culture, the foods. I have a friend that's an Israeli girl, and yeah, I would just really love to go there as well because it ties in with my personal spiritual beliefs, and I think it would be an awesome place to go and see. So that's something I've always wanted to do.
Okay,
And yours?
me, right. I've got a few places I would like to go to. Japan. I'd love to go to Japan just because of the gigantic leap in thinking and cultures between the
Yeah.
East and the West. I would love to see how they do what they do over there. I'll be interested in that. In saying all of that, I would love to go anywhere around the Mediterranean. Lifestyle very relaxed and chilled out. Love to go there. Love to go to the Amazon just to see the mighty one, and that would be really interesting. The Grand Canyon and Canada. I would like to go see those kind of places, and the Rockies, all the mountain ranges. Love that. Absolutely. Can't. If I had a choice, I would become a bird and fly over there, just have a look at it, and
You just need to do a world
drool.
cruise, then you'll be happy.
Sorry?
Do a world cruise and you'll be happy. Tour around the world.
Yes. So when we've made our millions, then I shall take my portion and go for a tour and do some hypnosis on the boat.
You do that.
Absolutely.
You do that.
Haha. Cool. Sorry about that, but I just thought it'll be interesting seeing that it ties in nicely with, geography.
That's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. Ask the boss.
Really?
Right. Coming back down to earth, what is your favorite meal? Or maybe a couple of meals?
Okay. First one at the top of my head is a good roast leg of lamb for Christmas and traditions, and just because it's so good. I would do. I don't know if it's an international dish or not, but in South Africa we do oxtail. You can do it in a curry or you can do it in a stew, and that is really good as well. And then pizza is always a good go-to. And of course, ribs. And we have a South African restaurant chain that does a surf and turf with ribs and fried calamari. Oh, very, very good. And it has to be all those mushy, yummy, sticky ribs, not the other ribs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hey, listen, I'm with you. Ribs, especially when it goes, you've got to get wipes behind your ears to get rid of all the sauce. You just have to do it. I'm totally with you. I like a nice, decent, proper, homemade burger that is just decadent. As you bite into it, it just needs to just like bombard you with taste. I love a good burger. And then of course one of my other favorites is steak, egg and chips with onion rings and mushrooms with decent veg. And as it happens, as the crow flies tonight, that's what I'm having. As it happens. Yum.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
And then
Well, on that note, I'm going to throw you a question.
Go on then.
It's payback. What would you never, you would be caught dead wearing it? Item of clothing, whatever, that you would never, ever, ever wear.
Gender-wise, I would not wear anything that would suit a woman.
Obviously, okay.
I have been known to wear pink shirts, so I've got no problems with wearing pink shirts.
That's in fashion, so that's okay.
Yeah. But what I would not wear is shorts that are so short. No, never in a million years.
In South Africa, they call the rugby shorts.
No, those ones that come down to your knee and midway up your thigh, I don't have a problem with those. But you get these ones that are slightly shorter than that. And especially these where some of these nice girls with nice legs and nice booty, no! That's not fashionable. Listen, you talk about this. I saw a picture the other day of a girl wearing some jeans where they cut out the material and the only bit that they left was the seams. And they were $200 US for just seams of a jean.
Yeah.
I don't know if she needs to go see a therapist, and I know a good one. Let me tell you, crazy.
Okay.
And these shirts that come and just cover your nipples. No. Okay. Whether you are a boy or a girl, man or a woman. No. If you want to, no. Those people need no.
We get the message. All right.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's a bit of a rant. Hey, I've been having rants lately. In any case, there you go.
Yes, I noticed. Okay, cool.
Right. What's your favorite drink?
Passion fruit and lemonade.
Okay.
Okay. That's about it.
Cool.
I don't. Depending who I'm with, I do have friends that I might have a glass of wine with, but that's about it.
Okay.
Very boring. Otherwise, it's water.
Okay. In South Africa, my favorite drink was iron brew and root beer. I can still get some root beer here periodically, which is really, really good. In England, I like Dandelion and Burdock, and I like Dr. Peppers. And when I was in Australia a number of years ago, they've got something called lemon bitters. That is amazing. That is just super nice. And then I like tonic water and soda water. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do like that.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
All right.
Right. If you were in
Mm,
a spot of bother and you
okay.
had a dialer friend, who would that friend be you would ring if you were in a spot of bother?
Friend.
Or anybody?
Okay, first of all, would be my dad and my mom, automatically. Depending on what the situation was, I would phone you. We've been friends long enough, so I can pick up the phone and go, help, and I know you'd be there. I also have a tribe of ladies that live in the same town as I do, and if I really, really needed help with something, they would come out. And yeah, I've got a couple of people I'd phone, but not hundreds, but a couple that I know if I really need help, they'll be there without a shadow of a doubt, they'll be there.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah. For
And
me,
you?
yeah, I've got sort of a hierarchy system similar to that. I've got first of all, it would be my parents. They'd be the first people
Mm-hmm.
I would contact, and then I've
Mm-hmm.
got like a small little cluster of people, sort of darting around between the bullseye and the treble on a dartboard. Again, depending on what it is I need help with. It would
Mm-hmm.
be my friend called Kevin, another lady friend called Susie, yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would kind of pick the phone up and go, advice. I'm stuck. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what to do.
Yeah.
I won't be able to speak to, say, Kevin on certain levels as I would say speak to you or Susie because the
Correct.
relationship with him is different. And
Mm-hmm.
likewise, I would ask the women in my life some questions that I wouldn't be able to ask him. And
Correct.
because the
Yes.
relationship's different. So
Correct.
it depends. But if I had no friends um, available, my parents would be the people that I would go to without even thinking about it.
Absolutely. Yes.
Cool. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of down the home straight. What is the thing that motivates you to get out of bed in the morning?
That's easy. My kids. I have the most amazing kids in the world, and I know your opinion might differ because you're biased about your kids,
Damn
but
right.
my kids are absolutely amazing. Um, Joshua has been a rock to me, and Angelica is just so amazing. She's artistic, and yeah, they're just so unique in their own different ways. And I've been blessed with kids. I mean, since they were little, there hasn't really been a phase where, most parents say, they like the baby phase or the toddler phase. My kids have been awesome throughout. Yes, we get stuck and have fights sometimes every now and then and differ in opinion and whatever. But they pretty much tell me everything, and it's awesome just to be part of their lives and to be part of their journey as they discover who they are and go on their journey and do what they're made to do, and their destinies that are out before them. They still got so much to learn, and I'm actually glad I'm not a teenager nowadays, to be quite honest. The world's changed so much. I don't think I would have coped with all this nonsense, quite
Yeah.
frankly. So
Hmm.
yeah, my kids, absolutely, without question.
Yeah. Likewise, everything that I do, I have the kids as the central theme for why
Mm-hmm.
I get out of bed, and even studying at this point in time, my focus is on how will this affect the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Doing this, how will it affect the kids? And I
Yeah.
reckon if my kids weren't around, I don't think I would have had any reason to want to get up in the morning. They are my
Yeah, I
energy in
agree
the
with you.
morning, without a shadow of a doubt.
Mm.
Mm,
Yes,
defo.
absolutely.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
A bit of a deep one here.
Yeah.
What are your life goals and your aspirations?
Hmm. Okay. Immediate one goal would be to get to the UK. That's been a long-term project. We've been on that for about 3 years now. So that should, holding thumbs, that will fall into place soon. Everything is starting to line up for that. And then just to, as a parent, ensure that my kids are grounded and they're doing what they're good at and what they want to do, not necessarily a career that makes them millions of money, but that they're happy and well cared for, and especially mentally healthy. It's one thing being physically healthy, and that is important, but I think mentally fit is, in a sense, more important in my eyes. We've had a rough couple of years since 2013, and we've had a lot of challenges. So for me, that's vitally important that they're all right. That's partly why I want to move to the UK. I love South Africa, make no mistake, but there's just some things that in the UK would be better for my kids emotionally and spiritually where they're at the moment. And then long term, I think with Caris, we started this for the reason to help people, and I believe that is my destiny, and that is my ambition, is to help as many people as I can. The videos, counseling, hypnosis, NLP, whatever it might be, to just help people get on with their lives and do what they were meant to do and not to feel trapped. As well as I do, we've been on journeys that most people don't go on. And, just speaking to people around us, there are so many people that are hurting and that need help and they don't know where to get it. And if I can help one person through my journey, through what my kids have been through, what I've been through, that's worth it. If I can help set somebody free and just get them on the right road from A to B, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. My life goals is, I suppose in many ways it's quite similar. It's to be the best person I can be, and do my best to set the best example for those who interact with me, whether they be kids or whether they be the stranger next door, is to show people that in spite of difficulties and trauma, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and when you pursue what you believe in spite of all the obstacles, you can achieve a lot.
Absolutely.
That is one of my life goals, is to be able to voice hope for the hopeless and to help those who feel that they are helpless. That would be an aspiration for me, to become, for a better word, a flashlight for people who feel that they are stuck in a pit, so that they can see that there's a way out. That is one of them. Also, to do my best as a role model and a mentor for those who see me as that, to give them purpose in life. And then to top it all off, if my kids can follow a little bit about me, once I am no longer, then I would feel like I've achieved something. So that to me is really important.
So I think that's something that a lot of parents miss and people miss. It's not all about us. It's not just about what we've done and what, you can't live your life through your kids, but it is vitally important that you leave them some kind of legacy, whether it's a good reputation that you've had, the people's lives you've changed, to make it a difference and to have that legacy for them. A lot of people nowadays don't have that.
No.
And I think that's a lot of reason why people are just floating and get into so much stuff, because they don't know who they are and they don't have a legacy to follow.
Yeah.
So I think that's actually vital.
Yeah, too right. Okay, and then as we hit the finishing tape, are you scared of anything? And what's your thoughts about dying?
First reaction would be, I'm scared of mice. And I know you're going to, it's a girl thing. I hate mice. I detest them. I don't know why. When my gran was alive, she said it's something I've had since I'm a little girl. I can't stand them. I had a cat that used to bring me all these presents onto my bed when they were alive. I'm so bad that even after we'd taken them off the bed, I won't touch them. My husband at that stage had to take them off the bed. I wouldn't even sleep in that bed that night. That's how bad I am with mice and rats. And then, am I scared of dying? No. I think it comes down to your personal beliefs and what you believe within yourself. I personally believe there is a afterlife, and I know that there's certain beliefs that I have that I hold on to, and to me, death is just a doorway going through into another realm, to another place where I do believe that as humans, we are more spiritual than we are physical, and we are eternal beings. So, yeah, there's nothing to fear. So, yeah.
Okay. For me, I'm scared of not a lot. Um, if I were to say what I'm scared of is I'm scared of not learning from past mistakes.
Mm,
And I'm also scared in missing my life purpose and my life goal.
mm-hmm.
I'm in fact that would probably be the one thing I'm not scared of, I'm petrified of. If I
Mm-hmm.
can't fulfill my life's mission, I'm petrified of doing that, because why else would I be on earth if it's to
Yeah.
make a difference and I don't do that? I'm quite scared of missing the boat as far as that's concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Um, am I scared of dying? No. Um, a lot of people are.
Yeah.
And my thoughts are, oh, if I were to die now, I know that it's good. I've done everything I can that is the best of what I was capable of doing, the best that I know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the people who are scared of dying are those that have lacked themselves in life some way. And the certainty of what happens after I die, what happens if I got it all wrong. I wonder if there is anything after death. I think those people who've got those big questions are the ones that might be a little bit more scared and wary and anxious about dying, because they've still got these questions even as they approach older age and the time to say goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose what helped me was when I went to the army when I was still a wee young lad. The idea of that I could never come back helped me
Yeah.
to concrete a lot of my beliefs of the, you need to make the most of now. And
Yeah.
that's how I live my life. I want to make the most of now, and while I can, I do. And
Yes.
sometimes I do a little bit too much, but um,
Yeah.
the idea behind is I'm not scared of dying. In some ways, I actually
Mm-hmm.
quite look forward to dying, but not till I've done what I needed to do in the
Correct.
best way that I can possibly do it.
Mm.
Um, I'm quite excited to go through that, to that doorway to see what's next. Mm.
And I think it's also important, um, it depends on what you've gone through in your life. Very often people say, how can you not be scared of dying? It depends what you've gone through. When you've had to face trauma and situations that are really bad, and doctors are saying you don't know what's wrong, specifically in my case with my kids. And maybe I'll share on that in a video sometime or in a book that I'm going to write. It changes your perspective on life and it changes your priorities. And the big thing is to realize that don't sweat the little things, pick your battles. It's living every day to its fullest, and I think that's also why we're so driven with Caris and changing people's lives, is because we've been through so much and we've survived and we've um, managed to get through it. And yes, we're still on a journey of recovery a lot of the time, and we've done a lot of recovery, but it's part of it changes your perspective and you realize that you have to live every day because you don't know if you're going to have tomorrow.
Yeah,
And you learn that, having all the money in the world, having the best school marks, all that stuff, in the bigger picture, it's nothing.
yeah,
It's family, it's those relationships with your kids, your family around you. That's what's important, not the car you drive or the clothes you wear. It's not about that.
correct.
And I think people need to find out what their purpose is. And a lot of it is, what are you good at? What is your purpose? What are you good at? Um, it took me a while. I mean, I only got into the counseling thing about 5 years ago, and it was a journey because I always knew how people come to me and, bare their souls and me not knowing them, but they'd come to me for advice. And that's, I think, how it opened the door to going into the counseling and studying and stuff like that, because I was good at it. And I think that is what people need to, if they want to find their purpose, find out what you're good at and just start seeing where it takes you, where it leads you, because it's all just a journey. There's no manual. You've got to find out hit and miss as you go along and find out what you were created to do.
Yeah. I saw a little picture. I forget who said it now. It's some composer, I believe. I'm not sure now. Where he said the goal in life was to find your purpose, and your purpose in life is to give it all away.
Correct.
And to
it
me,
is.
it was exactly the same. I always knew I was going to work with people, and I always knew I was going to do something significant. And in all the jobs that I've done, I've always worked with people in one capacity or the other. But I missed that significance of what I was doing. Albeit that everything I did with excellence to the best of my ability. And then when I became unemployed about 1.5 years or so ago, it was a matter of, what now? Why now? But that was the catalyst for me to find myself again and dust myself off and wake up and dress and turn up and all the rest of it. And I believe that Kharish is the platform of significance, not just for me, but also the work that I do and which you are involved in, that the significance comes through because of all the battles that we've had to fight, the wars that we've won, the scars that we bear, that the significance doesn't come in, look how glamorous the world is. No, the significance comes in that one person that is struggling, when they are helped to go from a place of struggle to a place of a little bit more freedom, that's pretty significant. And
absolutely,
when I consider the work that I do now compared to what I've always done, it's been significant to a point within the realms of limitations set by the organization or the company or the institution or whatever the case might be. I was always limited to what I was allowed to do.
Yes.
But now that you and I are working really hard to get Kharish up and running in terms of the YouTube videos and the books we're reading and the therapy side of things, to me it feels like that cage has been lifted off. And to me the significance will come in when these people come in and they notice that the strifes that they have they are able to climb over these burdens and these barriers. They are able to succeed in spite of being trapped. There is ways, you just need to learn who to speak to, and that help is available, not necessarily from the mainstream agencies that are out there. They're the ones that will entrap you even more in some cases. And I just want to be a voice that says, I know exactly what you're going through because I've been there. And that gives tremendous significance and tremendous authority. And to me, that is what Kharish is all about. The grace that I've received in the times of difficulty, which I needed but never knew I got, up until the point where you shut that door and you can go, geez, I don't know how I've made it, but I did. When you look back, you just see streams of grace following you. And of course, you know as well as I do, that is what Kharish is. The word means grace.
Yeah.
And me, I want to be a vessel that just pours grace to these hurting people. And, if this is one way of getting this name out there, then so be it. But, this is what it's all about.
And I think what also to remember is, my motto in life is everything happens for a reason. And when you're in it, you don't always see it. And you kind of go, "Oh, why is this happening to me now?" Everybody, those people have an awesome life. They have no problems. Everything's perfect. They live in their perfect little house, perfect little car, perfect little family. Kids go from primary school to high school. They go into their careers, get married, have babies, grandbabies, blah, blah. The reality is there's a lot of people out there that don't have that. It's a fairy tale. And we're brought up to believe in these things that aren't necessarily true. So when your whole world falls apart, you think you're a failure. When in fact, and you don't want to turn to anybody because you're embarrassed, you're totally bewildered because your whole world's fallen apart. And I think people need to realize that it's okay because it does happen. We live in an imperfect world. But what you're going through, I firmly believe one day you will be able to help somebody. And by helping that somebody, you're actually playing it forward, if you want to use a colloquial term. And I believe that is what we're doing with Caris. What we've been through, we want to help people with. And I've always said it, and I had a psychologist that helped me with the kids when we had all that issues when they were sick. And I said to her, if we can help one person, it's been worth it. Because I don't want people to go through what I went through without the help that I can give them, or the advice I can give them, or the shoulder I can be to them, because it'll make their journey easier because I've been there. Yeah. And I think that's the difference. People need to realize, Caris, yes, what we're saying, we've actually walked the walk. It's not a case of we're starting this channel to be on YouTube and earn money, and that's a bonus at the end of the day. If it happens, it happens. But at the end of the day, it's about people and helping people. That's what it's about. And yeah, people need to know that they're not alone. A lot of people don't have families. The world is full of dysfunctional families, people that don't speak to one another, brothers and sisters, parents that don't speak to their kids. And they need to know that there are people that are willing to listen and to help and to be the negotiator if needs be, that we're there to help them. The world might be against them, but there are people that are willing to come alongside them and help them, and that's what we want to do.
Exactly.
Help people get to where they need to be.
Yeah, exactly. I spoke about upgrades in one of the videos and downgrades. And I think a lot of people need to be upgraded, but in order to be upgraded, a lot of things need to be downgraded. And I think that once a few things are downgraded, when all that fluff and stuff is gone, only then can they make constructive decisions to be upgraded in terms of other important factors. Where in today's world, where everything is glam and glitter and gold and girls and all the rest of this stuff, all the fluff out here distracts from what's really important down here. And that needs to be downgraded, and this needs to be upgraded. And part of what I want to do is I want to bring a light of awareness. Again, it's a word I use a lot, of that's okay, you can have that, but don't let that influence your sole central purpose of who you are.
Absolutely.
And if I can bring that into the world, again, it's, from my eyes, it's significant because it's helping that person in a difficult spot to an easier spot. And if that's if that helps them, I can pat myself on the back and say, you've done your work. And as long as you've done it with excellence, spot on.
Yes, absolutely agree with that.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Well, I want to say thank you for your time. And I hope that the people who view this, all half an hour plus of it, will have learned something about us. And hope that there will be many, many comments and potentially more questions.
Absolutely.
So, guys, I want to say thank you for your time. And if there's anything that you want to hear, please add it in the comments box. Share, the YouTube drill. You know what it's all about. And I hope that this has made you think about who we are as a person and who we are as a channel and what we're going to be doing in the future in terms of therapy, support, help, advice, all this kind of stuff. I want to encourage you guys, we are people who have walked a few walks. We have got the battle scars of many, many, many battles. And that is the genesis of why this channel actually took place. And the purpose of it is, as we've said before, to shine that light, to show you a way out. And if your life's in turmoil, you know, it's nothing to be terrified of. It is something to say, let's embrace something to get out of this mess. And if this channel is a step in the right direction, then I want you to use this platform as a trampoline to get you out of the mess, because I know Laura knows how difficult it is to get away from toxic relationships, toxic thinking, toxic this, that and the other. We know because we've drunk that poison and it's not nice. Now we're not. Now we're giving out something else that's helpful and useful. I hope it helps you guys just the same. So enjoy.
I just want to say as well,
Go on.
before you close, guys, thank you for your views. We're over 3,000 views.
Yes.
And I just want to say thank you. It's you guys that are doing it. We pretty much just put the work in the back and put the videos out there, but you guys are spreading the word. Please continue doing that. But please get guys to subscribe, because that's what we really need.
Yes.
We need subscribers and the word out there. And I just want to say thank you to Mark, because, you know, I can only do so much from South Africa at this stage. He's doing a lot of the groundwork in the UK, and I just want to say thank you, because he's doing a lot of it on his own. We do as much as we can together. But yeah, thank you for all the time you put in and for just taking that step onto the water and starting the channel, and let's see where this goes.
Yeah. I want to echo that. Yeah, we put the time in, and the views are testament of that. But as Laura said, if you guys can get your mates to, and your friends and your family, not only just to view it, but also get hit that subscribe button now, and for their friends and their family, and get the community to grow, because there's a lot of people who are hurting out there. And you know, the more people know about us, the better. Not just for us, but I hope that we also am a voice of hope for those other folk that we don't even know about. But I want to say thank you. It's been just over 3,000 views in 10 weeks. That's pretty awesome. But it's you guys who are doing it, so thank you very much.
Hey.
Okay guys, as we always say, this is Mark from Kharischangeworks, and I'll speak to you soon.